Looking sharp? Check. Silence? Check. Good internet? Check. Mic testing? Check. Google Chrome? Check. Great! Let's get started.
Hi, good morning. Today we will be looking at the advanced trial class. The structure of the class is a warm-up activity of 5 minutes, teacher-led activity 17 minutes, student-led activity 15 minutes, and a wrap-up of 8 minutes. The class is laid out in the same structure of say and do. So here starts the class. Hi, my name is teacher. May I know your name? Hi, how are you today? Very well, thank you. I would like you to call your parents to join into this class as it is a first class. In case they are available, would you call them? Hello, sir. I am the teacher. It would be great if you can join the class to understand the class format we follow. I would also be presenting the course structure and the student outcomes at the end of the class, which will help you know exactly what we offer. Today, we will learn to make a basic mobile app. What do you typically do using your parents' phone? Do you use your parents' phone? YouTube and games. Which games do you play? Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So YouTube, do you know what YouTube is? Right. And these games, where do you app? That is the word I'm looking for. So today we will also be making a mobile app. For example, the camera is an app which allows you to click pictures. Music, do you listen to Gaana, Savan or Spotify? They are also apps, right, which allow you to play music. So typically every app has a purpose. Today we will create an app that will change the color of the screen when a button is pressed. So our big goal today is app creation. There are 4 steps that we will follow to do this. One is to define a purpose, which means what our app should do. 2, to design the app. We select all the design components we want in our app. Step 3 is to code the app. Use all the required code blocks that we will need to code the app. And 4 is to run the app and check if it is working. Okay. Now here at this point, as you say these 4 things, or when you finish saying these 4 things, open the chat window, click on this icon. Let me show you again this icon here, which says chat on the video panel. Click that and one by one, copy using Ctrl+C, click here, Ctrl+V and send it to the student. Again, Ctrl+C from the document, paste it here and send or hit the enter key. What is step 3? It is to code the app. Copy it, Ctrl+C, go to the chat window, paste it and send. What is step 3? And step 4, which is our last step, is to run the app. Now close the chat window, come back to the document and panel. So these are the 4 steps we will follow to build our app today. Okay. So first step is to define a purpose. So what do you think is our purpose? Can you recollect? I told you what we are going to do the app for. We said we would build an app to change the color of the screen on click of a button, right? To any of your favorite color. Which is your favorite color? What should we change it to? Blue. That's what we will do. Our app. You will build an app to change the color to blue, whereas I will build an app to change the color to orange. Which means when I click the button, so what will the app have? Yes, that's the minimum that the app will have. On click of a button, we said we are going to change the color of the screen. So breaking it down to define a purpose is when I click a button, the color of the screen should change to green or blue. Yes. Now, can you think of, let's take a moment and think of examples that work when click of a button. Where have you seen these? Perfect. Yes. Or the remote control, power button. So all that, yes, are nothing but, so you would have seen the Fire TV app as well, right? For the remote control. typically work on press of a button. Okay. So our step 1 is complete. I will now share my screen. To share screen, teachers, you click on this third button here on the video panel which says share. Okay. I will share my screen. Can you go into full screen? Do you see the full screen mode? Yes. At this point, it will prompt you for a login, teachers. So please log in using your code.org login or the demo login provided on the recruitment panel. Okay. So what do we see here? This is the mobile simulator. Correct? What that means is that all the code that we write here in our workspace is like a notebook. You fill it up with commands and codes, etc., that you create from the toolbox. Okay. So here in the toolbox are all the commands and the code blocks that you will be needing. From here, you drag and drop into the workspace. Okay? And every code that you write here will then run here on the screen like a mobile. Before you actually get it to work on the mobile, this will give you a sense. That's why it is called a mobile simulator. It gives you a sense of how your app will look. Now the mobile simulator has design mode, which gives you all the, remember, design the app was step 2. Yeah, it gives you all the controls that you can use. You can use a button, a text input, which is nothing but a text box, a label, radio buttons, and image control, everything. Okay. And then you can toggle into code mode. So every time, let me first start designing. Now I am doing the step 2 of the app. I have placed a button. So I am on the design tab. I can toggle between the code tab and the design tab as I explained. The mobile simulator in the design tab shows a screen. Do you see this? This is going to be your mobile screen. Today's app, we need only one screen. Now you can apply a theme to the screen. So in properties, you can either go and change the background color to anything of your choice. If you want a shade of green, shade of blue, emerald, or alternately, you can choose any of the predefined themes. So I think I'll go with watermelon. Looking very interesting. Okay. And since I put a color here, I'm going to remove it. So this is my screen with a theme applied. So should we go with citrus? What do you like? Is there any preference? Lemonade? Nice and bright. When you apply a theme, when I drag the button, it will be in this coordinated. Do you see controls come as blue? Do you see here? When I select lemonade. Now here, if I change this to watermelon, automatically, this is the theme. The theme is getting applied to the button as well as the screen. Okay, you can pick a scheme. I'm going with classic or default. So do you see the default color is this orange color to the button. Now I have dragged one button. Okay, I can change the button name here in properties. Now this is my ID for the button. What is my button called? On screen 1, which is the ID for the screen, I have a button called button click. To change the text on the button, I am going to say click me. Other properties such as height and width, X and Y, where do I need to put it? If I want it somewhere, this is the width. I change the width of the button. Okay. If I want to bring it somewhere down, sorry, this is X, right? So to the right, to the left. So we bring it in the center, which will be around 120. And here also again in the center, up and down, you can control using these numbers. Okay. What do we have? In the design mode, we have one screen and one button. We learned how to add a screen. Yes, this is where we add a new screen. We learned how to drag and drop controls from the toolbox onto the screen. Yes, we also saw that when we have controls, we can change their IDs and the text and all other properties in the properties tab. Now we go to, so our designing of the app is complete. Step 1, the purpose is complete. Next, I go to code the app. For the same, I go into code mode and see how the workspace has changed. Also, the toolbox has changed. Now it will show us the code elements or the code blocks that we can use. And we drag them from the toolbox into the workspace. So there are two ways in which we can code our program. Okay, one is block based coding, which means I can just drag and drop these blocks. Okay, to delete it, I need to drag them back and put them into the toolbox. Alternately, I can also do text based coding. In this, we have to type the code. I toggle from the block based into show text mode. Okay. Now this workspace has changed a little bit. You may not know, but either you can drag and it will still be text. This is one way to do it. Or you can do on, do you see? I'm getting a prompt. So the IDE, which is the development environment, allows me to autocomplete or prompts me with what I want. So when I type on, it shows me on event. It will give me syntax. See, it's trying to populate it. And this is called autocomplete. Starting out, eventually we will go into typing in text mode, but starting out, we will do the same using block-based coding. Okay, so I toggle back into block mode. We are learning JavaScript, okay? And using block programming or a programming language called Blockly. So from the toolbox, so we are doing step 3 now. What do we have to do? We have to, so you see all the code blocks that are here. You can scroll and see there are different sections. We are going to focus on the UI. And as we progress into the code, we will be learning all these different command blocks that you're seeing. Okay. Today we come back and focus on this section called the UI controls. Now let us analyze our code and the purpose. Okay. We said on click of this button, we will change the color of the screen. Okay. For the same, let us understand something. So analyzing the purpose, when I click the button, color of the screen should change. For a computer to understand it, we need to translate the purpose of the button, purpose of the app into computer code. Now, when in English translates into on event encoding. Okay, change the color of the screen. So change in English translates into set property encoding language. Okay, so let's look at this. My screen. Are you able to see my screen? What does it show? It shows how English language translates into a coding language. Okay, we have to do when a button is clicked. Okay, which in computer language means on event. When means on event of what? Button. So you select the button one here or the ID that you have given. What have we given as ID? We have done BTN click. You remember? That was okay. When the button is clicked. So which event? Click event. Okay. That was step 1. The step 2 of this is change screen color to blue. Right? So property in computer language is nothing but change. Screen stays whatever is your screen ID. Color. Now we want to change the screen color, which is the background color of the screen. A color of your choice. Okay. Now that we have understood this, let us write this code. It's a simple 2-line code. Okay. I come here, I drag the on event. Can you help me with this? What did we say? On event of which? Of button click. So I click here. Do you see this arrow? Yeah. You see button click? Button click. What do I want to do? I scroll down and get the set property. I want to change the color. Now, what is the ID of my screen? Let's go into design mode and see what the ID is of the screen. What is it? Perfect. Okay. That was one way. We could also drop it here and this will give us the ID. Okay. Screen 1. What do we want to do? The background color. to, you said your favorite color was blue. So I'm going to choose blue. The standard colors will show up. You can put in an RGB code, which is nothing but a combination of red, green, blue to give you a color code. Or you could put a hexadecimal code value also. Standard colors are typically recognized. Now we are done with step 3. Okay, step 1 was define the purpose. Step 2 is design the app. We put a button, we set all the properties. Step 3 was code the app, which also did. On button click, color to blue. Okay. Now step 4 is run the app and check if it is working as expected. So I will run the app. Why did this not change? Correct. We just ran the app. We have to check it for working. Well done. Click. Ta-da! Isn't it cool? Yes. And this completes our app. So our app is working. We wrote 2 lines of code and we broke down and analyzed our code to understand how this English language or our purpose translated into a code language for the computer. We use block coding using blocks, and we also saw how the same thing could be done in text mode. Got it? So these are the things we achieved in class today. Is that right? Would you like to try this? Before that, always as best practices is to give your project a name. Okay? And save it so that tomorrow when you want to look at your projects, you know what this app does. Also, it will be good to share this with your friends and family. So if you're in the US, you can directly send it to a US mobile number for very minimal charges. In India or anywhere else, you copy this, come back to your panel and put it in the project, submit project URL, so that after class you are able to send it to your parents. Okay, they will be very thrilled to see this. Go back into your full screen mode. Okay. So we did this by dragging and dropping the blocks. The same thing we can do by typing in text mode. Now text is stricter and unforgiving. Okay, so you need to know your syntax. So on event, do you see autocomplete?
Yes.
I double click it. So this is what? See, it will give me the syntax that is inappropriate. On event of button click event. Do you see? It's building the syntax for me. And this is called autocomplete. Do you see? What do I want to do? See, I just typed one open bracket and it populated the second one. Do you see that? So this is called autocomplete. In this, I will do set property. Okay, either you can type when you know, or here too, what you can do is, see, it will keep giving you an error till it is syntactically correct. Till your code is syntactically correct. So when in doubt, even in text mode, you can go and drag drop it at the right place. Okay, and then change the IDs. So what are we changing? Screen 1. Which property are we changing? Background. Here you need to know the property. See, background color. I'm going to, oops. Set property of screen. Okay, let's build it. Background color to, let's say, blue. Got that? So we have finished typing our code. Now let's see whether it works. Let's change it to something else so that we know it is working. This is different from, we start out coding in block mode. Okay, let's compare. Okay, semicolon and okay, function. This is correct. This is my open bracket. This is my close bracket. And I need to do this. There we go. Okay. Text mode is very unforgiving. You have to be very clear about your syntax. And this eventually, when you get used to typing your code, you will Like sight reading, a lot of it, it's familiarizing with code, because you do it so often in every code that you build that you'll know that you're missing a semicolon. Also, many a times your debug console will tell you what is wrong. So you'll be okay. And I click. Do you see that? We typed in text mode and you saw how long that takes. So I will come back. I will stop sharing my screen. And I want you to start sharing your screen. Click on the share button, the third button in your video panel. I will go into, at this point, teachers, you need to go into full screen to observe the code that the student is writing. To go into full screen, this is the button to click. Full screen below the video panel. Click on student activity 1. You need to sign in here. Yeah, please sign in with your Google or Facebook account. So it would be best if the parent can sign in using their Google or Microsoft account or even a Facebook account, and you create a quick login for the student. Now, when creating the login, it will prompt you for a type of a login. In that, select student. However, the age has to be 21. The reason for this is all the labs require an advanced age of 15 plus. But since we are doing guided practice and it will be closely monitored by me, you will be doing all that in my presence. We should have it as a higher age so that the labs, you have access to the labs and we can apply all our learnings that we are doing and in all the labs that are available for use. Okay, so let's start with, I want you to tell me what is the purpose of the app. That is the step 1. Yes, to change the background color of the screen on. Correct. So that takes us to our step 2. So what do you think? Toggle to the design mode. Do you see those 3? Code, design and data in your mobile simulator? Yes. Step 2, design our app. Click on the design. Perfect. So what will be the design component you will use? Perfect. No, not publish. Just copy it, go to your chat window. I'll pick it up from my chat. Yes, and send it to me. Paste it there. Control V or Command V if you're using a Mac. Have you stopped sharing your screen? Okay. I have a mobile here. I'm going to go into my mails. Remember I said that we can send it? Yes, are you seeing it? See, I'm going to click a button. Ta-da! Isn't it cool? So we just saw your app, your first app. And when you send it, post and send it into your parent, they're going to be thrilled to see that in your first hour of coding, you were able to create an app that works. So these are the many apps created by other students published on the Play Store. Okay. So I'm hoping that you will enroll for the course and create such lovely apps by yourself. Do you see them? All these apps are created by White Hat students. Okay, now I'm going to share 2 app links via chat with you. You can check these in your browser tab. Okay. Let me, I have copy pasted one and sent it. Can you open it in your browser? Click, come to the tab with the video panel. Yeah. Open your chat window. Click on this. It will open in your browser. Click. Just click. Okay, can you check? Let me see if this is how you share. Okay, cool. Yes. Tap. In the duration of the course, these are the kind of apps you will make. What does this say? Yes. See, it shows, yeah, you can drag and drop the earth, drag it a little further away and it will recalculate. Isn't it cool? Yes. So So these are some of the apps that you will make. So this is a native app, okay? And we will use Thunkable to create this. Okay, I'm just giving you an idea of all the kind of things that you will be doing in the duration of the course. Let me share one more with you. Come back to your chat window. No, you have to shut the earlier tab app. Can you close that tab? Yes. You have only, yes, close it. Okay, and refresh this again. While we wait for this one, can you again share your screen, please? And click on student activity 4. Okay, this, did you see this? This was the app which I showed it to you. Okay, this is nothing but the app that we created. See, the same thing. I showed it to you on a mobile. This is another way of simulator trying to see it. You will be creating such app. Now come back to your panel, the one with the red dot, and click on student activity 4. Now this is a chat bot. Okay, this uses artificial intelligence, and you will be building this again as part of your course. So let's ask it. Okay, you can start by asking it its name. Yeah, let's see. What does it say? You can type. You're training, train the chatbot. This is how you will. What does it say? Okay, click on student activity 5. Okay? In this course, we will learn to make circuits like the ones used in Mars rover and other space robots. You will learn basic electronics of microcomputers, microcontrollers like Arduino, and how to control these chips with code using C++ language. Here is a quick video creating an internal circuit of any robot. So again, this was some part of things that you will be learning in the course curriculum. Okay, imagine you need to pick up soil from the surface of planet Mars and study it. So what that video showed you was 4 motors that were controlling the forward and backward movements of the rover arm to collect the soil sample. You remember those 4 motors that you saw? Once the motors are selected and you need to power them by connecting them to a circuit, the motors will be connected, and then we need to write code and make it work. Okay, so the values were changed, the motor speed was changed, and then you saw how it works. That was a small video. It is not possible to show you everything, but we will be teaching you these kind of things in the duration of the course. So we are done with class today. How did you like class? You loved it? I am so glad. I'm very happy to hear that you loved it, and you've been a brilliant student. Okay, and you were so attentive and you were able to code it in the first go. I'm going to give you hacks for concentration. Teachers, at this point, click on the strong concentration button. You did all the activities independently without help. You are very curious. So I will give you another 10 points for creatively solving the activity. Okay, and you also managed to do the same activities in text mode. Okay, for attempting, trying, persistence, there is always a great quality. Teachers, give the persistent value. Make sure you give all these 3 hats to a student. Okay, before we wind up class, let's do a quick summarization. What did we learn today? Make an app. Can you give me the 4 steps of app development? Lastly, run the app and check for it to work. Excellent. Okay, at this we come to an end. Now teachers, here is the wrap up script that you have to say at the end of every class. Congratulations, you are among the exceptional students who got 3 out of 3 hats in the trial class. You're really bright, and I hope you will join the course where you'll create a full entrepreneur ready app which thousands across the world will download. We saw that, right? We saw some of the apps that white hat students are creating. Let me give you a quick summary of what we will be learning in the course. Our course follows a project-based learning philosophy where kids apply concepts they learn to build apps throughout the course. Creating apps makes their learning practical instead of theoretical. Course is structured into 3 modules. The Game Developer Certification. In the first 8 modules, your kid will become a certified game developer. Kids build games using core coding logic concepts like command sequences and loops. This dramatically improves their logic and concentration. The second module is the App Development Certification. After the second module of 48 classes, your kid will be among the world's youngest certified Android and iOS app developer. Kids learn user interface and user experience design to create powerful front-end app design. Every kid builds a professional iOS App Store and Android Play Store ready app after this module. AI and space technology. In the third module, your kid will become among the first in the world to learn advanced data modeling and machine learning, using which they will create space tech simulations. Kids reach the peak of their creative imagination as they apply coding to frontier technologies like space technology and driverless cars. Let me show you one of the space tech projects we build in our own course. Can you click on student activity 6? Your kid will learn 3D space models like 3D launch vehicles and 3D satellites manufactured by space agencies like NASA, ISRO, SpaceX. Click on view in 3D. Did you see that? Great, isn't it cool? This is 3D modeling. And this again is part of our course. Okay, now click on student activity 7. This is the app of one of our students. Now you can stop this. Come back to the panel, click on student activity 7. Yes, so Shresha, who is one of our students, he wanted to facilitate interaction between parents and teachers. Due to hectic schedules, parents and teachers couldn't interact as much. So within 3 months of learning code with White Hat Junior, Shrey created an app which connects students and teachers in real time. Teachers can share homework with the students on the app and students can ask doubts. This app has featured widely in international media. Isn't it amazing? So we are done with class. To provide you more details about the course as well as answer any questions that you may have, our academic counselor will get in touch with you. My schedule is almost full, but I'd love to have you as my student since you are exceptionally bright. Congratulations again for being awarded 3 hats. You're truly exceptional. Hope you had fun. And thank you for your time today. Kindly stay on the panel and do not close this page when I end the class. Our entire curriculum along with the details, course details, will be displayed on your panel. Thank you. Teachers, at this point, you can mark the class as complete. To mark it as complete, click on the class completed button.